With the first week of preseason over, the team is now settled into camp and new players are fully experiencing a new level of play. The freshmen are learning a new style and pace of play with just 2 weeks before the team's season opener in San Diego. Behind the Sea, bringing you an inside look at Central Washington athletics. For one freshman, making the journey to Central Washington spanned 2,200 miles, all the way from New Caney, Texas.
I came here originally for the aviation program, and then I wanted to play soccer. That was going to be the bonus part. And I met with Coach. I told him how much I wanted to be here for academic reasons, and I told him I would do everything that I could to make it on the team, like fitness level, coming up here and playing in a tournament so he could watch me play, and just doing everything that I could to get on the team. We flew up because it was going to be a 33-hour drive just to get here, and I was not going to take my car. Just too long. So we actually left, I think, Saturday morning, and then we got in Ellensburg around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we had that entire day before just to like kind of relax and get prepared, and had all my stuff packed up. And moving in, I was nervous the entire time just because all I could think about was the fitness test the very next day, and just quietly freaking out about that.
After the first week of training in the dreaded fitness test, Stewart is settling into a brand new atmosphere at Central Washington.
Oh, the adjustment's hard. It's way different than anything I've ever experienced. The training itself is incredibly hard. 3 days for the first 2 weeks. It's been rough, but it's not impossible. Like you can do it.
While the freshmen are experiencing college soccer for the first time, returners like Carly Gaynor and Emily Holt have found success at the college level by using their experience to better prepare themselves.
Obviously the pace was it was so much faster. Everybody was there to work hard, and that's something you learn in high school. Everybody's not there for the same reasons. Maybe it's just convenient and they just kind of have fun, but for college you're there to compete, and it was a lot more fun. It was just fun. Everybody was there for the same reasons, and I loved the intensity. But it was a hard adjustment too, because you're not used to having to work so hard for everyone and everyone wanting to work for each other.
My freshman year coming in, it was a kind of a different switch and almost a crazy blessing, because almost my entire back line had been returners, and almost the entire back line were seniors. So they had been through the process so many times and knew what they were doing, and that made my life so much easier. Not that it was easy by any means, but it could have been a lot different. But they helped me adjust really well, and it's almost like learning a whole nother language with this team, learning our style of play, and we're so possession-based and playing out of the back a lot. And as freshman year, I think a lot of it is you're just kind of being a sponge, and you're trying to soak in all this information. And like I said, my whole back line was pretty much seniors. And so even though a goalkeeper is supposed to be giving all those instructions and stuff, it's hard when you're not completely familiar with the whole style of play, and they all do. And being a freshman, it's hard trying to tell older players what to do, but I feel like now, after having a year under my belt, it's easier, and I'm more confident in my ability to help coach up some of the younger girls around me.
As Gaynor notes, finding confidence on the field during your first year of play can go a long way.
I would say just that you don't want to disappoint anyone, and so that's kind of what drives you. That was what makes you work hard, and I learned to have some confidence on the field. I still struggle with that, but having confidence is just key, because you need to play hard, and you just got to remind yourself everybody's there working hard together, and everybody's helping each other out.
For Gaynor, it wasn't just in her freshman season she needed to make an adjustment. Prior to her sophomore year, Carly suffered a season-ending injury, forcing her to watch her second collegiate season from the sidelines.
I just thought, if it is my ACL, that's what it is, and if not, I'm just going to work hard, get treatment, continue to do what I do. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I had a feeling, you kind of just know that you're injured. Like if you tear your ACL, you just know, but there's that thought, you're like, well, maybe I'm not. You just really hope that you're not. I think I was kind of devastated. I mean, I've always looked forward to playing college soccer, and then you hear that you tore your ACL, and you're just like, what am I going to do? I mean, soccer is my life, but I was also determined. I would think I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. I still have 3 more seasons ahead of me, got my freshman year down, so I'm just going to work as hard as I can to get back, and I did.
Returning to the pitch, Carly knew there would be ground she would need to recover to return to form.
I was so slow, everything. It felt like the world was moving so fast. I was not ready for the pace. Just, rehab, you're just doing squats and everything, and it's so hard to get the pace back, but it feels good to be back on the field. You're hesitant, and then it's really fun working up to the, 3 weeks after you've been out on the field, and you just are with it again, and it feels really good, but it's so hard to get back to that pace. I've learned that freshman year, and just having confidence, like, okay, I can do this. I just need to keep trying, I'll get there. I think I learned that freshman year, and that definitely helped me get through my injury. I'm definitely stronger now, and I think that it's made me go into every tackle harder. I don't ever want to be the girl on the other side of it. So I think that I never really even think about my knee. It's just I'm out there and I'm playing.
When she returned from injury and found her form, Carly had new strength and was more determined than ever.
I think through the recovery process of the ACL, you're building up that strength, and I think that that's something that I became as just a stronger player overall. Like, my whole body type has changed. I'm much stronger. I go into every tackle harder, and I think that also it's just part of not wanting to be injured. So I'm like, I'm not going to lose this tackle. I'm going to be the one going in, and I don't like getting pushed around.
It's not just players that find themselves in uncharted territory. First-year graduate assistant Ann Whipple joined the Wildcats this season after completing her playing career at St. Mary's in California.
I think coaching's harder, and I have to work on it every single day, just like the girls going out to practice. I think the most difficult thing for me, you could be the best player in the world, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll be the best coach. And I think for me, what I've learned the most is just kind of connecting with the girls on different levels, because each girl is different, has a different personality, and just trying to figure out what will mesh with them and how to coach them. So one person coach differently than another person. So I think that is the biggest thing for me.
Entering her first camp as a coach, Whipple also recalls her first camp as a player.
Tried to block it out as much as possible, but it was really hard for me, especially going through my whole club career playing midfield and up top, and then arriving the first day of training camp, and my coach says, hey, you're playing center back or outside back for us. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yep, that's where we need you. And I was next to another freshman center back too, so we were both learning a whole new style of soccer, and we had to start in the back together right next to each other. And I just remember trying to get through it. My muscles were sore for forever, and you have soreness in muscles that you didn't even know existed, and you kind of just get through it, and it's 5 times faster than going from what you played in club, high school. And so you kind of, that speed of play, you're just kind of overwhelmed. And the older girls helped a lot. I think that's the biggest thing, just to take criticism and learning points and kind of absorb them and try to do your best to do it during training camp.
The Wildcats have just 1 week of preseason left before they head to California for a pair of matches to open the 2017 campaign. For more inside looks at Central Washington athletics, stay tuned for more Behind the Sea, only on WildcatSports.com. Join us next week for the third and final part of Behind the Sea with women's soccer.